The story begins in Somalia, where a group of men with guns gather at the beach. They're instructed to intercept and hijack a large ship this time. These men are pirates. The locals on the beach also want to join them, as there's a severe lack of money in the area. 2 small boats and 1 larger one set out towards the sea. These pirates monitor radio signals and ship movements in the area. All nearby ships are under protection, making it nearly impossible to attack them. Suddenly, they spat a ship far away. It's heading towards Manguasa and Dar es Salaam. The pirates have already tapped into the ship's communication frequency, so they can hear every transmission. They know a big cargo ship will pass through their route. On the other side, we see the cargo ship. Its captain is Richard Phillips. He knows the waters ahead are dangerous and often attacked by pirates, so he's already alert. When Richard uses his binoculars, he sees a boat approaching fast in the distance. Although it's still far, the radar confirms the boat is following them. Richard immediately alerts his crew and tells them to turn the ship left. But the boat follows their turn, confirming that it's chasing them. Richard realizes they are under pirate threat. He reports this to UK Maritime Trade Operations in Dubai. The operator says the complaint has been registered and advises him to lock all doors. She also says they might just be fishermen. Captain Phillips doesn't believe they're fishermen and cuts the call. He looks again through the binoculars and sees that the boat is now just a mile away. He also sees weapons in the hands of the men on board. Now there's no doubt they are pirates. He picks up the radio and tries to contact the police, just as he had tried before without success. This time, he warns them that 2 boats are approaching with armed men, and there may be a larger boat behind them. Phillips knows the pirates are listening, so he changes his voice and pretends to be a military officer, warning that a helicopter will reach in 5 minutes. In reality, there's no connection with the police. He fakes the message to scare the pirates, and it works. One of the boats turns back, not wanting to risk their lives. Even an older man in a bigger boat decides to stop the chase. However, one boat with 4 pirates keeps following. Captain Phillips plans to confuse them. He slows down the ship and makes sharp turns to create large waves. The force of the waves damages the pirates' engine. The cargo ship escapes for the time being. That night, the entire crew gathers and discusses what to do in case of another attack. Phillips says they will stop them just like they did today. But one team member reminds them that their job is to transport the ship, not to fight pirates. He suggests changing their route and heading somewhere far from the pirates' reach. If they sail at full speed, they can cover 100 to 150 miles in 8 hours. Phillips explains that this area of Africa has different pirate groups every 300 miles, so they'll face more danger ahead. It's better to continue towards their original destination, Mombasa. The next morning, the pirates whose engine had broken now chase the ship again. Captain Phillips sees this and contacts the naval police. This time, the call goes through. He informs them that pirates are preparing to attack. The Navy assures him they'll send help soon. Phillips activates high-pressure water pumps around the ship to prevent the pirates from climbing aboard. They try attacking, but the water spray delays them only briefly. Eventually, the 4 pirates manage to board the ship. Phillips realizes the ship is compromised. He makes an announcement over the intercom, instructing his crew to hide in the engine room and not to come out until he says the password "supertime." No one should come out otherwise. The 4 pirates, including their leader, Moose, reach the captain. They capture Phillips and 2 crew members. Moose tells him they aren't here to kill, but to make a deal. Phillips tells them the ship only carries food, documents, and $30,000. He offers the money in exchange for leaving. Moose says they aren't beggars. He orders Phillips to call his crew to the deck. Phillips makes the announcement but doesn't say the password, so no one responds. Meanwhile, the crew below locks the ship's systems. Moose asks how the ship shut down. Phillips says it must have malfunctioned due to the fast sailing. The pirates threaten to kill 1 crew member every minute unless they come up. Still, no one moves, following Phillips' instructions. Phillips convinces Moose not to harm anyone. Moose says he'll go below deck to check things himself. He wants to find and bring the crew up. Phillips agrees, but warns him that only emergency lights are on, and they shouldn't go off or they'll see nothing. While saying this, Phillips secretly turns on his walkie-talkie so the crew below can hear everything. They realize they must turn off the emergency lights to remain hidden. One man goes to shut down the generator, another goes to fetch water. Meanwhile, Phillips, Moose, and another pirate head below. Phillips deliberately guides them away from where the crew is hiding, but Moose sees a map showing the engine room's location and decides to go there first. Phillips insists they should get water first, since the engine room is extremely hot and has no lights. They go to the water storage area, where the crew member fetching water is hiding in a cold storage room. Phillips spots him hiding. When the pirate walks in, Phillips warns, "You're barefoot, you could get hurt." They leave, and Phillips saves his man without exposing him. However, the pirate overhears Phillips and reports via walkie-talkie that someone mentioned being barefoot. The crew below takes the hint and places broken glass at the door, hoping the barefoot pirates will step on it. As Moose and his man approach, the pirate steps on the broken glass and gets stuck, his feet frozen in place. All three, Phillips, Moose, and the wounded pirate, are now inside the engine room, where the crew is hiding. Just then, the emergency lights go out. The crew member outside has successfully turned off the generator. Moose, now in darkness, becomes furious and questions Phillips about what's happening. Phillips, staying calm, tells him he doesn't know anything and suggests they go back up since no one can find anyone in the dark. Moose insists he must find Phillips' crew. His companion, who has an injured foot, is in pain, so Moose tells Phillips to take him back up while he stays to search for the rest. Phillips agrees. They both return to the upper deck, leaving Moose alone in the engine room. As Moose searches, the crew captures him and takes him hostage. Meanwhile, Phillips and the injured pirate reach the control room. Over the radio, the crew sends a message to the remaining pirates. "We have your leader. If you want him alive, let Captain Phillips and the others go." Phillips speaks directly to Moose through the radio. He says, "I know your boat is gone. We can give you the lifeboat and the $30,000 cash on board. Just end this here." Moose agrees to the deal. Phillips brings out the money, and the pirates teach one of their men how to operate the lifeboat and lower it into the sea. The pirates demand that Moose be released. He is freed and steps into the lifeboat, but as he enters, he signals one of his men, who suddenly attacks Phillips from behind. The lifeboat door is slammed shut and they launch it into the sea. Now, Captain Phillips has been taken hostage by all 4 pirates. Their cargo ship follows the lifeboat at a distance to keep Phillips in sight. Meanwhile, the Navy is alerted and quickly sends surveillance drones equipped with cameras to monitor the lifeboat. The pirates are planning to sail to their base and demand ransom from the company Phillips works for, but they begin arguing among themselves. Tensions rise as their drug supply runs low. Soon, a Navy ship comes near. The pirates panic. The Navy commander broadcasts a message: "We'll let you go safely if you release the captain." Moose, nervous, responds, "We're not terrorists, we're just fishermen." But they still don't want to release Phillips. They demand $10 million in exchange for his freedom. The Navy tells Moose this will take time, but offers food and water in the meantime. Moose agrees, as their supplies are almost gone. Soon, 2 Navy boats approach and ask to see Phillips first. The pirates bring him out. Phillips, barely holding himself together, asks the Navy if his family knows where he is. They assure him that his family is being updated regularly. Phillips adds, "Tell them I'm sitting in seat number 15 inside the lifeboat." This is his subtle signal to the Navy. One pirate becomes suspicious of Moose's ongoing conversation with the Navy. He fires a warning shot near Phillips' ear and orders Moose back inside. "Stop talking to them so much," he warns. The Navy hears the gunshot and pulls their boats back for safety. They radio Moose again to confirm if Phillips is safe. Phillips replies weakly, "I'm okay." As night falls, the pirates approach the Somali coast.
If they reach it, the Navy won't be able to do anything. Phillips asks Moose for permission to use the toilet. Moose agrees. Outside, the same injured pirate is with them, the one with the glass in his feet. Phillips suddenly shoves him into the water and jumps in himself, swimming toward the Navy ship. The Navy detects 2 people in the water but can't confirm identities due to the darkness. Before they can act, Moose reaches Phillips again in the lifeboat and captures him once more. Now helicopters arrive and the Navy completely surrounds the lifeboat. They tell the pirates clearly, "You will not be allowed to reach Somalia. Let the captain go and we'll let you walk away." But the pirates know it's a lie. Moose holds Phillips at gunpoint and shouts on the radio, "If anyone makes a move, I'll kill him." A Navy officer radios back saying they've already spoken to Moose's boss and know the identities of all 4 pirates. "We're ready to make a deal, but one of you must come aboard to negotiate." Moose agrees. 2 Navy boats approach and quietly attach a rope to the lifeboat to keep it from escaping. They also place a device on the boat to listen in on all conversations. Meanwhile, the Navy gives Captain Phillips clean clothes and tells him to return to his seat inside the lifeboat. Moose is taken aboard the Navy ship. The Navy shines bright lights on the lifeboat, blinding the remaining pirates. Snipers on the warship take aim. They start pulling the lifeboat closer, but the pirates don't react. They still think a deal is on and that their man is with the Navy. Phillips, losing hope, starts writing a letter to his family. He believes he might not survive. One of the pirates catches him and a struggle breaks out. The pirates overpower him, bind his hands, and blindfold him. They realize now that they've been tricked. The most dangerous pirate among them threatens to shoot Phillips. The other 2 disagree. Meanwhile, the Navy snipers lock onto all 3. They're ordered to stop pulling the lifeboat. When they do, the boat jerks, exposing all 3 pirates in clear view. The snipers take the shot. All 3 pirates are killed instantly. Captain Phillips is rescued. He's safe. The film ends here. Moose is arrested by the Navy. He is sentenced to 33 years in prison and remains jailed to this day. This is the true story of Captain Richard Phillips, which happened in 2000. In 2013, a movie was made based on his story. The IMDB rating of Captain Phillips is 7.8. The film had a budget of $55 million and earned $220 million at the box office. We hope you enjoyed this true story. Let us know in the comments what you learned from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video.